Hey, I'm Josh. I play guitar and sing in Sylosis.
Hi, I'm Bailey. I play guitar in Sylosis.
Okay, to start off, tell me something about this current tour with Killswitch. How did you end up and how has it been?
It's been really good. Yeah, I can't remember how we ended up on the tour. We just got an offer. We said yes straight away. Yeah, it's been over a week now. What, 2 weeks?
2 weeks now.
Yeah, and all the shows have been really good. Been to places we haven't been before. Like for some reason, we've never been to Sweden before this tour. I don't know why. We've done like Norway and Finland, but we've never been to Sweden. So yeah, there's a few places we haven't been, and yeah, like we don't sound too much like Killswitch, but we cross over enough that we appeal to similar kind of fans. So it's been pretty good.
Why did you first want to be in a band, or this band?
Just like making music, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just one of those things. I always loved music and wanted to play guitar, and then it's just you love it so much you just want to try and make your whole life that. I guess. Yeah. It's the only band I've been in as well.
Or if this is the only band you've been in, what makes this band so special for you?
I don't know, it's just fun.
There's been quite a lot of member changes.
Yeah, well, most of it was sort of done before we kind of broke out of our local scene. We had loads of member changes back in the early days, and they're all listed on a Wikipedia page.
Yeah,
that's I think that's just one of our ex-members, our friend Jay, who was the original drummer, just updates it like that for some reason. But yeah, we've gone through what looks like a lot of lineup changes, but since we've been like releasing music, we have gone through some changes, but not that many. And this lineup's been going the longest now out of any lineup, I think.
I've read on some interviews you've done that you are somewhat the front runner of British metal scenes. What's your opinion on that?
It's flattering if people think that. It's hard to say because, well, it's hard to judge how well your band is doing when you're in the band, and it just feels like things are just going as usual. And then your friends sort of tell you that, oh, you guys are getting pretty big now, and you're like, are we? I don't know. But I don't know. England's a small country, and there's not many bands doing like heavy music. There's us and like Eva and like more underground bands, and then there's above us you've got like Bring Me the Horizon, Bullet for My Valentine, and Dragon Force. So there's not much like really heavy bands that are like big exports from the UK. It's more like the more commercial bands like those that break out a bit more.
What would you guys have done if this band didn't work out?
Just do it again.
Yeah, do another band. No, but if it wasn't a band, I'd just be doing music production or artwork for bands, illustration.
Before you released your last album, can you tell us the process behind it and how you felt before you released it? If you're like, do you ever feel anxious about releasing music?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I was quite anxious about that one because we deliberately wanted it to sound more like raw and organic. It's a bit more stripped back. So in terms of the production, we thought people might be like, "Oh, this doesn't sound very good," because like a lot of like younger fans are so used to hearing like super polished, really produced albums, and we wanted it to sound more like live. So that was like one aspect, and then musically it was just a little bit different, a bit more mature, or I don't know, doomy, I guess. But yeah, so I was a bit anxious, but luckily it's sort of been the best reaction we've had so far, I think.
Mm-hmm. So far as touring, have you done many tours, and have you ever felt you're not going to make it home from a tour? In any way?
Maybe.
I nearly, well, we toured America 2 years ago, and I broke my arm climbing a flagpole and fell off it. But I was unsure about getting home from that, so I ended up doing merch. So there's quite a lot of drinks involved. But no, we always make sure we have safe drivers, and that's it.
There was we were just in Australia for Soundwave Festival like a month ago, and we were swimming in the sea, and there was a shark scare.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
a shark like the width of this room away from us.
Yeah.
So could have been eaten, but it was only was it a tiger
Hammerhead.
shark? Oh, hammerhead. It was a hammerhead, which aren't that lethal. So yeah.
What's the most emotional you ever felt on stage?
Well, we did Sonosphere Festival 2011 in the UK, which was on the main stage, which was like the biggest show I've ever done. It's huge, but I wasn't emotional. I was more pissed off because loads of our gear broke. Like we have a sampler that runs lighter interludes and some clean sections in songs, and it just broke the day of the show. And, I was just up there, just like, oh man, this sucks. But it was an amazing show. It was the best show I've ever done. But at the time, you just get like. But yeah, I don't think I've been that emotional on stage.
In Australia, all your gear got stuck in the airports, right? Most of it. At least.
Not an airport. It was the festival. You fly in between every show. There was like 5 shows, and all your gear, you don't really see it until you get to each festival site, and they just have these big trucks that pack your gear. They do that for you, and then they just drive in between shows overnight. And after the first show, there was like huge floods or something, so the fan got stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and only half our gear turned up, so we had to borrow guitars, basses. It was horrible. Well, it was scary. No, it was fine. It was actually probably one of the best shows we did, even though we had to borrow other people's gear. It was daunting. It wasn't horrible, but it was fine.
A younger version of yourself, what would you think they would think about your music?
Don't know, yeah, good question. Don't know, because obviously you mature a bit when you get older, but I'm still into most of the same bands that I was like before we started the band. I don't know about anything.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty hard to tell with maturing. But yeah, we've always been into thrash, which is mainly what we are. And, any new inspiration we've had has mainly been just discovering old bands. So.
Yeah.
So pretty much the same.
What's the next thing you're going to do? New music, tours, Swedish festivals at all?
Are we doing any Swedish festivals?
I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully, but I don't know. Carl, are we doing a Swedish festival?
I can't remember.
Can't remember. We don't know. We're useless. We just get told.
Where's Getaway Festival? Is that
Getaway
Sweden?
Festival? Is that Sweden?
Yeah, in Gävle.
Yeah, we're doing that one.
Yeah.
Now after that, like after this tour, we've got a few more weeks on this, and then all the festivals that we're doing, which we don't know what they are. I mean, they're all on our Facebook. We just don't know. Like we don't book our own shows. We just like it's free. And then US and Canada tour in September. Just touring really, because the gap between Edge of the Earth and our newest album was only a year, so we need to wait a bit longer before doing another album. So we'll do at least another year or so of touring, I guess.
Yeah, that was all.
Cool.
Any last words for your Swedish fans?
Yeah, sorry it took so long to come over here. Hopefully we'll be back a bit more frequently, I guess.
Thank you.
Cool. Cheers, man.
Cheers.